Life in its rawest essence is very direct. You are born, you live, and eventually you die. Yeah? This straight path holds within it clarity and simplicity. But now human existence rarely unfolds in isolation. You know, the moment we involve others, relationships, and even society, even collective expectations, that simple straight line bends, it splits, you know, and it twists into something that resembles, a maze or even a labyrinth. Let me use a labyrinth. What was once straightforward becomes complex. It becomes layered and confusing. On your own, your path is about personal survival. It is about growth and even fulfillment. You know, decisions are made based on your needs and even clarity of purpose. But once others are introduced, family, friends, lovers, colleagues, communities, your path merges with theirs. Now you carry responsibilities, you carry expectations, and even obligations that interweave with your own direction. You know, the labyrinth is not inherently bad. You know, it challenges, it teaches, and I feel it stretches you in ways a straight road never could. But it also demands awareness. Otherwise, you risk getting lost in paths that were never yours to begin with. You know, psychologically, this reflects the tension between individual autonomy and social identity. On your own, your sense of self is unfiltered. But once you're you're in relation with others, then identity becomes partially defined by roles. You know, husband, wife, son, daughter, brother, sister, partner, leader, friend. These roles bring meaning but also pressure. You know, many lose themselves in the labyrinth of expectation, forgetting the straight line of their essence. The labyrinth represents the unconscious maze of influence, projection, attachment, guilt, societal conditioning. To walk it well requires self-awareness. That is knowing which turns are yours, to take, and which are detours imposed by others. Spiritually, the straight path symbolizes the soul's journey, pure and unburdened, while the labyrinth symbolizes karma and entanglement. You know, the web of choices, lessons, and interactions that shape spiritual growth. You know, while the soul's essence is straight, incarnation into human life inevitably means stepping into the labyrinth. But this labyrinth is not punishment. It is the training ground of the spirit. You know, each twist tests patience. Each dead end humbles the ego. And each unexpected opening reveals new wisdom. You know, the labyrinth teaches you that even when the path seems confusing, the soul's straight line is still intact beneath the surface. In short, a person's path in life, and death is meant to be straight and simple. Yet the moment you involve others, then complexity arises. You know, and life now becomes a labyrinth of roles. It becomes a labyrinth of expectations and even entanglements. You know, and this reflects the struggle between individuality and social influence. You know, It is the soul's training ground, where complexity deepens growth. The challenge is not to avoid the labyrinth, but to walk it consciously, never losing sight of the straight line of your essence beneath it all. My people, heal.